thank you for choosing Chainlink Theater. Please, turn up your cell phones, grab your own snack, and hold on to your butts! Your feature presentation begins now!
Welcome back to Chainlink Theater, the show where every movie leads us to the next, one actor at a time. I'm Autumn.
And I'm Kyle.
And today we're linking from The Limey, still don't really know what that was,
I don't either.
into Bird on a Wire, thanks to our next link in the chain, Bill Duke.
Bill Duke.
Bill Duke.
And not a famous name, I guess, not like a household name, but you've probably seen him in things.
Definitely. Predator.
Yeah, definitely Predator. He played Predator. He plays
Predator.
Mac. He's in Commando. He was born in 1943, and he's still with us.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, February 26th is the man's birthday. Born in Poughkeepsie, New York. Attended Boston University. He's 83 now.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's amazing. He began his career as a theater actor before getting his debut in Car Wash as a sort of rebel, leader of a resistance.
Fun.
Yeah. I don't know what that movie is, but I've heard
Never seen it.
Good. Yeah. It's an ensemble comedy with a whole bunch of people in it.
Oh, fun.
So Commando, Predator. He's also in American Gigolo, Bird on a Wire.
Yeah.
I recognize him from Menace to Society, which I've seen. He's in Payback, another Mel Gibson film.
Right.
He
Not
loves.
as good as Conspiracy Theory, though.
I don't think I've seen any of those or Ransom.
You've never seen Conspiracy Theory?
I don't think so.
Oh.
I've seen one of those. I think I just couldn't tell you
Have you
which
seen the one with Julia Roberts?
There's one where he's watching a girl up in an apartment on a treadmill. Maybe Helen Hunt. Maybe
what
Julia
women
Roberts.
want? Who knows?
No, he's down on the street at night, spying into someone's window, and she's on a treadmill.
He's super creepy in
Might be Ransom.
Conspiracy Theory.
Let us know. I don't think he's being creepy.
Well, yeah, it's Mel Gibson.
Yeah.
So it's just like,
I mean,
like
in that scene.
like in this movie, everyone's just like, "Oh my god, he's so amazing." And I'm like, he's really not. He's just a dude. But anyway, go on.
Well, yeah, a dude that looks like Mel Gibson
Right.
is not just a dude.
But he is a dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, go on.
Born in Poughkeepsie, he attended Franklin D. Roosevelt High School and received his first instruction in performing arts at Dutchess Community College, and struggled to make ends meet until he got his first acting role. The most interesting thing I could find about that is in the early 80s, he got a directing job on accident.
On accident.
Yeah. He auditioned for Knots Landing, and somewhere in the back office, secretarial or clerical error happened, and he got put down as director. So when he showed up to set, they handed him a directing chair and asked him what they were supposed to be doing, and he just rolled with it.
I mean, honestly, yeah. More power to him. Just be like, okay.
Which is like the coolest story we've told on this show.
Literally. Fake it till you make it.
They were so pleased with his work, they had him direct 10 more episodes of the show, which got him... Knots Landing, by the way, I didn't know this, is a spinoff of Dallas.
I didn't know that. I don't even know really what Dallas... I know, Who Shot JR, and that's pretty much my whole knowledge of Dallas.
That's kind of the extent of mine. My mom got into that show after JR got shot.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it ended after JR got shot.
It did. That's just what she did. Remember when
Oh.
she watched The Walking Dead season 7 finale with us?
So... your mom
She did that a
used
lot.
to call us because she never wanted to watch Game of Thrones or anything like that.
But she was hearing what happened.
And she wanted to be in on the goss the next day.
Yeah.
So we would get phone calls every week while Game of Thrones was live to be like, what happened?
Yeah.
Did something big happen? Because I want to know about it so I can talk about it. And we'd always be like, there's so much we'd have to explain.
Yeah.
You don't know who Robert Baratheon
I
is.
don't know who any of these people
I have no
are.
idea who any of these people are.
If you
But
want to
sure.
know your talking points, here they are.
Yeah, pretty much. Negan. That's the one she
Yeah.
watched was Negan.
She watched
England.
that episode.
Yeah,
she
with us. Mm-hmm.
asked me to come over and watch it with her, or us, I guess.
Yeah, I was there.
Yeah. She's so funny.
Yep.
And then he got jobs directing on Hill Street Blues, Miami Vice, Starman. I don't know what that is. He got a few directing gigs in movies, most notably with Sister Act 2.
Yeah, I don't remember that one.
Which he's also in.
Really?
Yeah. I hate Sister Act 1, so I don't I'm told
What about
Sister
the
Act
music,
2
though?
is better. It's just religious
long
covers
as-
of pop songs.
Like we've said, as long as you also forget that she could be murdered at any second,
like she did.
it's a real feel-good movie.
It's stupid 80s fun. I don't do 80s fun very well.
You
which
don't.
is what we did today.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did. It was a lot.
Yeah, it was. Sorry.
It was a lot.
Had a little burp there. He also has a street named after him in Poughkeepsie, Bill Duke
Oh,
Way.
awesome.
They renamed it last year, May 16th.
I love that.
Good for him. I enjoy watching him, but he is always a law enforcement officer or a detective.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whether he's a bad guy cop or a good guy cop.
Yeah, he's always very like, in at least everything I've seen, he's always very polished and put together.
Yeah. I doubt he's that way in Predator, but I don't know.
I don't know. I haven't really, don't tell my brother, but I don't really remember Predator.
You just told your brother by saying that into a live microphone.
Shh. Nope, I didn't.
Broadcasting it to
I
his
remember
phone.
Predator 2 better.
Oh, okay. Well, I haven't even
Not-
seen them, so he can choose which one of us to be more mad at.
Go ahead. He's mad all the time.
He
No,
is.
I'm just kidding.
So mad. So yeah, that's Bill Duke. We were talking the other week how we should probably stop talking about the actors so much because we were talking about Jared Leto like we kind of liked him. And then,
My God.
yeah, people get canceled a lot after our shows air.
We're like, yeah.
So
I just feel like maybe we shouldn't even talk about him.
I
We
know
should be
we're
like,
kind of
"This is
leaning
up
towards
there."
maybe not even talking about him anymore, but just please pay attention to the air dates of the episodes.
Yeah.
Our bad.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, I don't think we ever really came out and were like, oh, we love Jared Leto. No.
I remember saying he was a weirdo.
We both
a
said
bit
he
of
was
a
a
creep.
weirdo. Yeah. He's
Yeah.
a big old creep.
Yeah.
So, and then the new allegations came out and it's like, yep, there you go.
Yeah.
Creep.
The structure of the show might have to change a little bit anyway because we have a life change
We do.
coming up next week. So our schedule might get interrupted a little bit. We plan on putting one out every week, but it's going to become more difficult for us to do.
Yeah.
So we're going to try to focus more on putting one out than we focus on making it as thorough as they have been.
Right.
So we'll see.
And
what
it might
happens
be
there.
more chaotic because I don't know how like reliable my notes will be and stuff.
Yeah.
So it might be more like Tremors, which was just I was just free
she
balling.
didn't have
Tremors.
notes on Tremors, by
I
the
didn't.
way.
It was our if you just found us, it was our first
Go
ever
listen to it for one,
episode.
yeah.
And I did that raw dog, no notes.
Yeah. Our audio was also bad.
Horrible.
Not as bad as
Not
Parenthood.
as bad Parenthood because my mic turned off in Parenthood.
Yeah.
That was fun.
It was fun.
Yeah. Oh, remember when we were noobs?
Yeah.
Wow.
We did Project Hail Mary without notes too. So if you want maybe a preview of what the future might hold,
Pretty
those
much
two
that.
episodes.
Yeah.
A little chaotic.
A little chaotic.
Bird on a Wire came out in 1990, May 18th. It's rated PG-13, so feel free to watch it and not hurt your little ears.
Yeah.
It runs for a very long hour and 50 minutes.
It really did. It was a lot.
It just kept adding scenes, and by the end of each scene, I'd be like, "Why?"
I have 9 pages of notes
I
for
don't
Bird
know
on
why.
a fucking wire.
Why?
I don't know. And I usually
why is that
have
scene
like
in here?
5 to 6.
Yeah.
So, and I have 9 pages.
Right.
It just kept happening.
It did. That movie does just keep happening. Budget of $20 million, fairly low budget. I don't know how low budget that is for 1990 per se.
I think it was about $1 trillion,
Roughly, yeah.
roughly.
But it made it $138 million
Didn't deserve it.
in theaters. That is a difference of $118 million for Bird on a Wire. So I didn't even know what this was, but I would say that's a box office success.
That really is. It's a huge success.
Yeah,
Like
that's
this
interesting.
movie is massive.
What else came out around then? That'd be a year after Batman.
When did Lethal Weapon come out?
87.
Oh, okay, the first Lethal Weapon. So Lethal Weapon after Lethal Weapon 2,
Yeah.
I would guess.
Lethal Weapon
89
2
or
might
90?
be after because actually that's pretty interesting. This is a movie directed by John Badham. Badham, might be pronounced Badham. I don't know.
For both
Who
ways.
directed War Games
Mm-hmm.
and Short Circuit, but also Saturday Night Fever in the 70s and your favorite Johnny Depp movie, Nick of Time.
No, incorrect. Okay, incorrect. All right. I don't even know. I don't know if I've ever seen that movie all the way through.
Yeah, we've put it in more than once.
Never. I have no idea what happens.
Not finished it. It is
No.
a very boring Johnny Depp role in a very boring movie. As far as we know, we didn't finish it
We
ever.
didn't finish it. It might be amazing.
Yeah. Written by David Seltzer, who wrote The Omen
I love The Omen.
in 76 and the remake in 2006.
It's all for you, Damien.
Which is super interesting.
Yeah.
He also wrote the first Omen, which is a prequel, with a team of Eric Lerner and Louis Van Osta, who have nothing notable to their name.
All right.
But this is composed by Hans Zimmer.
What?
Yeah.
It's so 80s, it hurts my ears.
And it was composed by Hans Zimmer, and the soundtrack they wanted to release into stores, and they couldn't afford to because it cost Hans Zimmer so much money to pay the full orchestra he used
Where?
to compose the music in this movie. I knew that going in and still didn't recognize any interesting music in the entire thing.
No.
Except for actual songs that we already know.
Literally, it was all, well, some songs we knew.
Yeah.
Some that I've never heard in my fucking life.
Well, it played Bird on a Wire.
Bird on a Wire, which I didn't know was a real song.
Yeah, that's what the name of the movie comes from, that song.
I thought it was there we were going to find a bird.
I looked up what does bird on a wire mean as a phrase, and it was like, it's a song by Leonard Cohen. It's not a phrase.
Why play this song, though? Because I don't even know what it had to do with
They
anything.
played it 3 times.
3 times. And then a lot of it was just like those 80s, like, wow, wow, wow
Yeah.
kind of sounds.
It did play Ramblin' Man for a second at the beginning. That was fun.
It played,
But I was born a rambling man.
it also played, This is the Dawning of
Yeah,
the
I don't know what
Age
that
of
was about.
Aquarius.
Yeah, it's a pretty goofy movie.
This movie's wild. I'm
It
excited
is.
to get into it.
It
It is
is.
wild.
It is wild. I have 2 interesting facts that I deemed interesting enough to tell you guys on the show. This was written with Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn in mind.
Oh, okay.
Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn have been together since 1983.
Oh my God.
They are still not married,
No.
so they just don't want to because that's 41 years
Yeah.
that they've been together. This was written with them in mind, and Goldie was like, hell yeah, we'll do it.
Yeah.
And Kurt was like, "What? I'm filming Tango and Cash while that's filming. I
Oh, Tango and Cash.
literally already agreed to that.
Yeah.
I can't do both.
And she was like, fuck you. I'll go do it with someone else.
I just worked with a guy on Tequila Sunrise
What's Tequila Sunrise?
who's great. You should call Mel Gibson.
What the heck is Tequila Sunrise?
I don't know. That's the movie I showed you earlier that he and Kurt Russell
Oh,
are
with
both in.
Michelle Pfeiffer.
Yeah.
Ah, I've never heard of that.
Which came out after Lethal Weapon and after the first 2 Mad Max movies. So Mel Gibson was not
Not unknown.
unknown.
Right.
He was
Okay.
famous, but Kurt said Mel is not busy and would love to do it.
Okay.
So he came at
He's like,
Kurt's
he ain't doing shit.
recommendation, who apparently didn't mind Goldie smooching on him the whole movie.
Who would? Who would mind that?
Who would mind their,
I wouldn't
their
mind that.
wife smooching on some super attractive
Oh,
dude?
I'm Mel Gibson, and not like I wouldn't mind
No.
Goldie Hawn smooching on
You're
me.
supposed to. Kurt
Oh, okay.
Russell did not mind.
Oh, okay. I get what you're saying. Yeah, sorry. I was totally like, yeah, no, who would care?
Another fact I looked up before we started watching the movie that I noticed you noticing during the movie, because this is going to be fun for you, is Goldie Hawn was terrified of doing her own stunts.
Yeah. I kept saying, who is that?
Yeah, because it's very obviously not her, and sometimes very obviously not Mel Gibson.
And sometimes, very obviously, they were not together.
But I'm told, actually, that it is almost always Mel Gibson,
Okay.
except for the really dangerous stunts, like the motorcycle.
Wow.
Yeah. But it is never Goldie Hawn until the zoo scene
Okay.
at the end, because Mel had finally convinced her, and she had seen how much fun Mel was having and the entire stunt crew was having, that she decided to go tell the director she wanted to perform the stunts in the final scene.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So
Okay, cool.
then they are her, and she had so much fun doing that she asked if she could keep her stunt crew jacket that says "Bird on a Wire Stunt Crew" on it, and she keeps it hung up next to her Oscar to this day.
Oh, that's awesome.
Right?
So she's just as proud of that.
As her Oscar.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So
It's not a bad movie. It's not a good movie either. It's just, I had fun, but it was long.
yeah, I don't enjoy 80s comedies, especially 80s action comedies that are more on the comedy side.
Yeah.
They just don't do it for me.
There
They're
were a
little
couple
too over the
parts in
top.
here that kept popping you, though.
Yeah, we'll get to those. when
We'll
we
get to those when we get to
them.
them.
I can't remember what they were, but we'll see.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's get into
Back of
what
box.
do we do next? Back of the box. That's how this show is structured. Oh boy, it's a long one. Superstars Mel Gibson and Goldie Hawn team up in this nonstop action comedy directed by John Badham. Hiding under the FBI Witness Protection Program, Rick Jarman, played by Gibson, gets nervous when old flame Marianne Graves, played by Hawn, recognizes him. But before he can assume a new identity, the man he put in jail is released and comes to pay his respects. That man is played by David Carradine, who I know from something. I looked
That
it up.
name sounds familiar.
Oh, he's Bill from Kill Bill.
Okay.
Is Bill in Kill Bill 1 or is that just Kill Bill 2?
I don't fucking know.
She doesn't remember. Rick and Marianne find themselves thrown together on an exhilarating cross-country scramble, barely evading the gangsters, police, and an amorous veterinarian.
Amorous?
Amorous?
Yeah.
I thought it was going to say amoral.
Oh.
Their whirlwind travels eventually lead to an unforgettable climax in an elaborate zoo exhibit. PBS calls the film a roller coaster of a movie with hot action and wild humor.
All right.
What happens in this movie?
All right, let's get into it. So, the movie opens with a barefoot guy walking out of somewhere while the Age of Aquarius is playing in the background.
Right at the beginning. Yeah.
Right at the beginning. And then we see Bill Duke showing up in like a cool car. What car was it? I don't know.
Corvette.
It's
like a 78, I think.
Okay.
Really cool.
And he pulls up in front of like what looks to be a castle. We find out that this is a prison. And then a guy who looks unhoused
Yes.
comes out of the prison and then flips it off. And he's not wearing a shirt, no shoes,
No
nothing.
service.
No service. But they're excited to be together, I guess.
Yes.
And that's it. And then we go to New York City where Goldie Hawn like arrives at a hotel and she's like a successful businesswoman.
Yeah, she is.
And she's badass and she's just like
I guess.
taking names.
Okay.
Pretty much.
I guess.
You know. I don't know. And basically she's like, here's the deal. There's no deal. Peace out, bitches. And then she leaves. That's pretty much it. And there's like, all right, I guess. And then she calls some nerd to be like, hey, you know how you wanted to bone me in like a crazy weird place? And he's like, not really.
Yeah.
And then she's like, how about Detroit? He's just like, no, I'm busy.
I'm busy that day.
I'm busy, but you go get boned in Detroit.
Yeah.
That's great. And then we go to like a birthday party and there's a pig wielding a gun.
Right. A guy in a pig mascot costume.
Oh,
Not
yes.
just a pig.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to rewatch this movie for this podcast.
There's a pig with a gun. And the unhoused man has now gotten a haircut and a shirt on.
Which made me realize it was David Carradine because
I don't know who that is.
I just told you he's Bill in Kill Bill.
I've never seen Kill Bill. I don't. Like
So,
my brother showed
he
me all the
looked
fight scenes.
So unhoused in the scene before that, I did not
I
recognize
had no idea
it was
who it
him.
was.
You still
Yeah.
don't.
No, I don't. Still don't. I've heard that name a lot.
Yeah.
I feel like for some reason David Carradine comes up a lot, and I don't know who that is.
Okay.
I feel like he comes up at least once a week, and I don't know that man.
Not on this show. I don't think
Just
we've
in
ever
life.
talked about it. Okay.
Like I'm just walking around, people are like David Carradine.
And you're like, I know, right?
I'm like, oh my god, right? Who is that? Who is? No, I'm sorry to this man. But anyway, so basically we see the unhoused man like standing outside, and then there's some deal going on, and there's a man who had the worst beard I've ever seen in my life, but you seem like you thought it was real.
He's just too far away for me to notice.
It looks
You were like,
horrible.
run it back, look at his terrible beard. And I was like,
I'll admit that on second look it looked fine, but first look it looked horrible. So anyway, they're talking about having like we've got all the customs agents and the border patrol on our like side and all this stuff, but they're going to get $50 million if they can make quote unquote this little problem go away. We don't know what the problem is, but this is Bill Duke, and we basically find out that their names are Dig and Sorensen.
Diggs. Yeah.
Diggs and Sorensen. And they're like, well, we'll just do it ourselves.
Yeah.
Fine.
$50 million, as you're aware, today is $1 trillion.
I think it's like 2 trillion.
Yeah, probably.
The budget for the movie was 1 trillion.
Oh, 20 million. Yeah.
Yeah.
That math checks out.
So $2.5 trillion.
Stop it.
Stop it. Stop it. Anyway, so they're going to do it themselves. Now we're in Detroit in the rain at like a car repair shop / gas station called like Motown, I think was
Yeah,
the name of
Motown
it.
Motors. Yeah. It actually looks like rain for once, not like last week.
Yeah, I think it was legit rain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's coming down.
Some guy, I'm guessing Mo, we find out his name is Marvin. He walks in and he's talking to a guy who's working underneath a car. And he's like encouraging the under the car guy because we can just see his legs. like, you need to go make friends, or you need to come to dinner with me, or something like that. And then the guy under the car is not really responding to him. And then the car drops on the legs. And this poor old man who's like in his 60s is trying to pull this guy out named Billy Ray, who is screaming for his life. And then it's a prank.
Yeah. That is a horrible prank.
Marvin could have died.
Yeah. He is way too old to be scaring to death.
Scaring him to death.
Yeah.
And then it's like, you've known me 3 months. You know what kind of a ragtag guy I am. I'm Billy Ray. But he's like putting on like the thickest Southern accent ever.
Yeah.
And he's all like, you know me, I'm Billy Ray. He talks like.
This is Mel Gibson, by the way.
This is Mel Gibson. Yeah. Billy Ray is Mel Gibson.
Yeah.
And he's just basically like, well, my daddy, you know how my daddy be raising me and stuff. And you know, my daddy sold hairbrushes. And Marvin's like, I thought you said your dad raised hogs in Tennessee. And you're like, oh, well, you know, hairbrushes and hogs. That's what I always say. Hairbrush and hogs make your day.
And Marvin said, you'll bullshit at the drop of a hat, won't you?
And he's like, no, I'm Billy Ray. So stupid. And then a car pulls up, and then Billy Ray goes out to help, and it's Goldie pulling up in a BMW. And so he's like pumping the gas and making so much conversation for a man in the witness protection. It's not even funny.
Yeah.
Why are you making why are you making impressions?
Here we go with the sister act shit again.
Why are you like,
You know how his daddy raised him? He's a prankster.
Hairbrushes and hogs. Stupid.
I'm just joshing with you.
I'm just Billy Raying with you. Billy Ray. But he's pimping the gas, and he's like talking to her about something, and I don't remember, but for some reason he's like, you know what they say about the 60s, if you remember them, you weren't there.
Oh my God.
And she's just like, the fuck is happening?
Shut up and fill up my car, for
and
God's
then
sake.
like they make eye contact while he's cleaning her windshield in the rain. And then she looks at him, and she's just like, Rick? And he's just like, nope. And then just starts hiding his face while he's talking to her. And then he's just like, oh, you need to pay for gas. And then he just like is covering his head, but not really. Because then eventually she walks over to him, and she's like, you look like my friend, Rick. And he's like, no, I'm Billy Ray.
I don't know what to tell you. I'm Billy Ray.
And then she's like, my friend died in the mountains in Montana. You look like him and you laugh like him. And he's like, sucks to suck. I'm Billy Ray, bitch. And then she's like, well, Billy Ray had a tattoo on his upper right arm. And then he shows her his left arm. And she's like, right, stupid.
Yeah.
And then he shows her the right arm, and there's like a scar there.
There's a
perfectly
a burn mark in the
circular
shape of a dove.
Yeah. And then he's like, I got it in Vietnam. And she's like, well, my friend wouldn't have gone to Vietnam because he hated war and he hated killing.
So
and
you can't be him. And then she leaves.
But this, what I think is funny is he's hiding his face the whole time. But then for this whole conversation, he's just staring at her.
Yeah.
Directly in the face. He's like, I'm Billy Ray. Ooh. Anyway, and then so the next scene we see Rick, Billy Ray, calling his case officer like, holy shit, my cover just got blown. I need to be taken out of here. And then a new guy answers the phone and is all like, your case officer Lou is retired. And Rick is like, what do you mean he's retired? He would have told me before he retired. He's handled my case for 15 years. There's no way he would leave. It would not tell me who was like where the chain of command was going. So he's clearly completely spooked. And then this new guy is like trying to get him like, hey, I need you to give me your name and all this stuff. And then Billy Ray / Rick is like, I just need to know, is Sorensen still in prison? And this guy pulls it up on the computer and it says Sorensen out of prison on the I don't know, Mac. I don't know what this kind of computer is. And then he's like, no, you're good. He's going to be in prison for a long time. He's not. So, and then the agent's like, I need to know what name you're going by. And then Billy Ray's like, well, I'm Billy Ray. And gives him all the deets. I'm Billy Ray. I live here with Marvin. I'm at this address. Come get me. And then the guy floppy disks all of Billy Ray's information onto a floppy disk.
Yeah.
How many megabytes can a floppy hold?
I do not know.
2?
Maybe 1 or 2.
Oh my God. I know there's a part of Friends where Chandler gets a new computer and he's like, oh, it has like 3 megabytes or something like that.
I know my mom upgraded to zip drive, which are big, thicker floppy
Floppies?
disks in the mid 90s, and she was excited about 5 megabytes.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So it must be smaller than that.
And then the officer tells Rick that it'll be 2 days and we'll come get you and move you. basically, to keep you in witness protection. But then we see the agent erase Rick's file from the FBI.
By typing erase.
Typing erase, enter. No double checking this. No like chains of command.
No.
To make sure we're not erasing entire files. Also, wouldn't there be a physical file? Right?
In 1990? Absolutely.
Absolutely. There's a paper trail.
Yeah.
But then he calls someone and we don't know who it is. Now we see the meeting that Goldie Hawn came to Detroit to attend. And she's like super distracted. We find out that she's been carrying like a photo booth photo of her and Rick in her wallet this whole time. And then it flashes back to them at the circus and Rick like walking on top of a Ferris wheel like a fucking dick.
Yeah.
Why are you ruining it for everyone?
As if the Ferris wheel would still have kept operating.
Right? They would turn it off.
Yeah.
I would hope that they would turn it off.
Well, they're doing this as if, that's just crazy old Billy Ray.
It's Billy Ray.
You know him.
But I mean, I guess it was 1975, so maybe no one cared.
I guess.
I don't know. But he's just
They didn't have seatbelts in 75.
They're just being assholes all over the place. Like they own the world.
They're like, look how charming.
No, not really.
Not really.
But anyway, so then Marvin is offering Billy Ray a partnership in his business because he's like, well, I never had children and you're the child I never had. And Rick is literally like, you've met me 3 months ago. Like, it's been 3 months.
Right.
And he's just like, well, I love you like a son. And you're the best thing that's ever happened to me, Billy Ray. And so then he just like goes straight back into the Billy Ray character. Marvin goes upstairs to go to bed and he's just like singing while he's working on the car. So you just know that he's like the most fun guy in the world.
Yeah,
he's like, look at this muffler. I'm pretending it's a guitar.
Ugh.
I'm so fun.
My God. This is why I hate these kinds of movies.
And then Goldie Hawn's just watching him outside with binoculars, even though she's just parked across the street.
Yeah.
And then I don't know why he's doing all of this work because the garage is closed.
Yeah. It's
So
like
why
8
is
o'clock
the
at night.
garage door open?
Yeah.
Because it's not like it's set back. It's like on the road.
Yeah, it is.
So I don't know why it's open at all.
I don't know.
But anyway, he's just like working. And then a guy pulls up and he's just like, oh, hey. And this is Diggs and Sorensen. And for some reason, he doesn't apparently recognize Sorensen because Sorensen walks like straight up to him.
You notice she barely recognized Rick. So apparently 15 years is enough that none of them recognize each other at all.
I guess.
I guess. I don't know.
I guess. But it seems like you would know
That's the way they're playing it.
what the person. Okay. Anyway, but he's like, "Oh, are you from Wyvern's office?" And then he's like, "No, I'm Sorensen."
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Oh my God, I never agreed to help you kill anybody."
And he walked up with his hand over inside of his jacket.
So and wearing like
so
untouchable shit,
Yes.
like literally wearing black.
He
And a
walked up
bowler
like
hat.
he was about to murder this man. There's no other way to interpret this.
No, not at all. And then he's just like, "Wow, you're a bad guy. Oh no, I'm so shocked." It's like, did you not know the people you put in prison?
Yeah, and by the time he realized that, he hopped up out of the under
because he
the
was
car
in the
bed,
like oil
the
thingy.
pit. Yeah. He hopped up out of it, and the guy didn't use that opportunity to kill him.
No,
You had him in a pit.
I guess he wanted to be like, ah.
Yeah.
But anyway, so they pull a gun on Rick, and then Rick tries to get away. Marvin comes downstairs and is like, "What is all this, son?" And then Marvin gets shot in the chest.
Yeah.
Marvin gets shot. Rick almost gets shot. Goldie almost gets shot. Rick does get shot in the butt. And then Rick backs like the car he was working on up into the street and gets T-boned by a truck immediately.
Yep.
Then Goldie Hawn pulls up to let Rick in her car. And then he's like, "I'm shot in the butt." And she's like, "Is it you? Are you Rick? Because if it's not, I'm not fucking helping you out of this." And then he's just like, "Yeah, it's me." And she's like, "How do I know it's you?" And he's like, "It's me, Muffy. Let me in." And I'm like, he never calls her Muffy ever again.
Nope.
Which Muffy is disgusting.
Yeah.
That's gross. I'm not into that. Anyway, and then Marvin's blows up somehow.
The Corvette blows up, which blows up Marvin's.
I thought we saw the Corvette later.
For no reason. No, he's in a different Corvette later.
Oh, nice. Good life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why the hell does the car blow up?
I don't know.
Nothing happened that would
No.
make that happen.
Nothing happened. Lots of
So
shooting.
stupid.
Marvin's for sure dead. And then Goldie gets butt shot Rick back to her like presidential suite at the hotel she's staying at, and she stops to get him some ice, and there's a really unnecessary scene of one of the guys from the meeting she was attending staring at her butt while she's getting ice in the hallway.
Yeah.
And then him being like, oh, you're having a party? And she's like, yeah, for the girls. And then he's like, oh, okay, maybe next time. And that's the whole scene. I don't understand why this was in the movie.
Yeah, he's never even in the movie again.
Never in the movie again.
Yeah.
Never to be seen again. So then
Just admiring her figure like you did in the 90s.
she has you cut a fine figure.
Yeah.
Like the real McCoy.
Exactly.
Yeah. But then Rick, she walks into the room and Rick is calling the FBI to tell them that he's like comped.
Which is the first time I noticed Mel Gibson's insane haircut.
Yeah, because it's like a little ponytail,
He has short hair
but a ponytail.
for the 80s.
Yeah.
But a big ponytail coming out of the bottom of the back of it.
That's a haircut that I just remember him having all the time.
I do not remember the ponytail
He
at
cuts
all.
his hair in Lethal Weapon 4.
I think he has it in Mad Max 2.
He has that in all the Lethal Weapons.
He has the ponytail in all the Lethal Weapons?
Yeah.
Wow.
Or at least like if it's down, it's like that mullety thing.
The mullety thing, yeah. I've seen that. I've never
but
seen
that
it
goes back in a ponytail.
where some of it's pulled back.
No.
It looks
You didn't watch
ridiculous.
Lethal Weapon enough.
I
don't
did
think.
not.
No.
I'll agree with that.
This is just what he looks like. This is all he looks like.
Woof.
I don't know where he puts his balls and his penis because those jeans are
Those
tight.
jeans are tight.
Tight jeans. Anyway,
Jeans is so tight.
so tight. And so he's calling the FBI, who he just called for the first time in probably several years, and immediately almost got murdered.
Yeah.
And then so now he's like calling them immediately again.
Yeah.
Not smart. He's not the smartest person.
He
and
is
then he
not.
just is like, I'm here at the presidential suite.
This is not even the last time he tells them where he is.
Nope. Nope. And then he's taking a shower. And then she's like, so she's pissed because this is the first like moment they've had where they're not being shot at, basically. So she's upset. He's taking a shower, and like I don't know what the point of this wall is in the shower because it only comes up to your like chest.
Yeah.
And he's just talking to her over it, saying, I got shot in the butt. Look at it. And she keeps being like, no, not looking at it. And then he says that he took the dove off with a grinder.
Jesus.
Ouch.
Which is bullshit. That would look way more like grafted skin
Yeah.
by now. It
It
just
would
looks
have
like a
to.
red mark.
It was just a red circle.
Yeah.
And then we learned that he left her at the altar. They were engaged back in the day. And she says, you went with Jamie to go get your fortune and then you died. And then she says, I grieved you like a widow and vowed I'd never get over you. And I never have. And now you're alive, so fuck you. So I agree with her. And then she starts calling him, she starts like just saying a slew of nothingness. Like basically.
I didn't write it down this time like I did on Christmas Story.
Yeah, she says like toe jammed something.
Yeah.
And then she's like, I can't even think of enough awful things to say about you. And I'm like, that you toe jammed?
Started with toe jam?
You started with toe jammed instead of like, you piece of shit motherfucker.
PG-13.
You bastard. You
See,
son of a bitch.
I told you guys at the beginning, you can watch the movie. You
can't.
cannot listen to this podcast.
No. I've already said fuck multiple times.
Yes.
We're R-rated here. Sorry. Anyway, but I love that toe jammed. And she's like, I can't even think of enough things to call you. It's like, that is the most Mormon shit
Yeah.
I think that I've ever heard someone call someone.
Yeah.
All right. But anyway, then he says, well, you got married 4 months after I disappeared. And she was like, well, you got me there. And then he's like, and she's like, so you knew I got married. And he's like, yeah, 4 months after I supposedly died, you were married.
Yeah.
And then we find out that she married like someone that he calls the Napalm King.
Okay.
And he's like, so, and then she's like, well, no, that's not what they were making. They were making detergent. They weren't actually making napalm for Vietnam, but they probably were.
Probably.
And then she calls down to get some supplies. And then basically she's like, is this like, were you doing a holdup or are you being chased by someone? Like, I feel like we should have asked that question a while ago.
Yeah.
Like, what's the situation here?
Right.
And then he asks if she has kids and she says no. And then instead of answering any of her questions, he just goes to sleep and she allows that for some reason. I have so many questions that I need you to answer.
You'll have to wait till the morning.
A gas station blew up. I almost got shot. Like, I have so many questions.
Right.
Anyway, and then the fire department is hanging out at Motown, whatever, the next day. And they say that they have an eyewitness said that there was a shootout and a mad woman driving away in a Beamer. What the fuck? There were 3 dudes there, and the woman is the one who got fingered. What the fuck? And she's like, oh, she's some crazy woman. What's happening? Oh, my God. So anyway, we find out that Marvin's dead, and then he spray painted above the stairs he died on Billy Ray. Dun dun dun. And then we see Goldie Hawn in her bodysuit. Nice.
I get For
She's
some
great.
reason, yeah.
Because that's what you sleep in, a wedgie.
Is that what you sleep in?
Usually.
Okay.
I don't know. I would if you wanted to be like, look what you missed out on.
Oh yeah,
Bodysuit all the way. Like that'd be the get up early in the morning and make sure your teeth are already brushed, your makeup's already on, your hair is already done. I wake up naturally like this.
She's taken.
No, yeah. Yeah. That's why you do it harder. That way it hurts them more.
Okay.
I guess.
We'll
I don't
see.
know.
We'll see how the movie progresses.
We'll see how it goes. But then Rick is calling the FBI again and finds out that they have no record for him at all. And the lady's basically like, nope, have a nice day.
He tries 3 or 4 different names and she just gives up on him and hangs up.
She's just like, nope, I'm done talking to you.
She
Thank
clearly
you.
doesn't have time to type any of the names either.
No, she's just sitting there going, no, it doesn't exist. And then he's like, something's wrong. I don't exist anymore. And then while they're having that conversation, because he's like immediately like getting dressed or whatever. And then the door knocks and she's just like, oh, it's my standing breakfast order at 7 a.m. And he's like, what time is it right now? And she's like, 6:48. And he's like, absolutely not. Don't open the door. And then this is like the smartest he is in the whole movie, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
He's like, don't answer the door. And he's trying to convince her that something's wrong. And he's like, you tell me your breakfast order. Whisper it to me. And then she's like, I get like, what, toast and prunes?
Croissant.
Yeah.
And some other fruit. Pears, I think.
Yeah.
And prunes.
And then he's like, okay, well, now ask him what's for breakfast. And then the guy's like, some bread and fruits. And she's like, see, you're crazy. And then he's like, okay, don't take the chain off the door, though. Pretend like you're taking it off the door. And let's just see what happens. And so she's like, oh, I'm pretending. And then she opens the door and then she gets fucking choked out. And then she's like, oh my God. She's screaming. And then he's trying to like slam. I don't know. Bill Duke is strong because it's Bill Duke on the other side of the door. And Mel Gibson's throwing his body against this door. And Bill Duke is still like trying.
Has a firm grip on her neck.
Yes. And then she runs away and grabs her pepper spray and sprays them through the door. And they slam the door and then they escape outside by crawling across the roof. Like there's this little thin part of the roof.
Yeah.
And then this is where we get the shot that my brother and I were talking about what we remembered from this movie. This shot of Goldie Hawn's butt.
Yeah.
I remember that. And then
crawling across the steel girder.
no, when she's going up the ladder.
Oh, yeah. That. Yeah.
And then he says to her, it's like, when did you start wearing underwear? And I'm like, she's not wearing underwear now. She's wearing a bodysuit.
You saw her change out of that into stuff on top of that bodysuit.
She literally put on a robe. That's all she put on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she's not wearing underwear currently.
So they're crawling across a steel girder, which is 6 feet away from just the fucking top of the building they could have been walking across.
Yeah, but we have to do this. And then like
no, we don't.
She's asking him questions and then he just slips off the building for literally no reason. And
the cameraman is standing on the building they could have been walking on.
Just watching them. Yeah. They didn't have to do this. They didn't have to do this at all.
No.
But I love the whole, like, he dangles and he's like, you need to stop asking me questions. See what happens? See what happens when women be talking? I almost fell over. Fuck off. So then they climb back into a room, like a window, and while everyone's having breakfast and no one asks any questions.
No.
And then they're like, we can't go back to our room. So they go down to get into the Beamer. And then she pretends like she doesn't have the keys. And then she's like, I've got the keys. Joke's on you. And I'm like, you almost got killed. This is the second time in 12 hours someone's trying to kill you.
No
and
time for jokes.
You're playing prank. She's like, Billy Ray. Yeah. This is where he gets it. And then he says, I ought to wiener whip you.
He says, he gets in the car and says, boy, I ought to weenie whip you.
What the fuck?
What the fuck is this movie? He also has a hot dog at this point that he shakes in her face when he says that. No idea where he got that. It's never seen again.
Weenie whipping is not something you should threaten people with. Don't say that. Don't weenie whip people. What the hell is this? I'm sorry. That was such a genuine laugh. I'm hot now.
I am too.
So they have to go get new clothes after the weenie whipping. And he's just basically telling her what happened to get into witness protection in public.
Yeah.
Why are you saying all of this just standing out in the open?
Is this in the changing room?
Yeah.
This changing room
It's
in
just a
this
circle.
store is in the middle of the store, up on a platform, and at breast height.
Yes.
You can see
who designed this?
both of her shoulders and both of her knees.
Yeah.
As she's changing
And she's not
clothes
standing up all the way. So I think
right by the front desk of the store.
Yeah, and I think if Goldie Hawn stood up all the way, her tits would have been out.
Yeah, she's hunched.
She's hunched,
Yeah.
putting on a dress. And then he's just like standing on the steps right next to her while she's getting dressed. And it's just like, get away from me. I don't know, but she seems to like it. But basically he says that he and Jamie ended up having this huge opportunity to make some money, and then Sorensen got involved. That's all he says right now. So that's what we got. And then the cops spot the Beamer from the shootout with the mad woman last night.
Yes.
So they're like, there can only be one Beamer in all of Detroit.
Yeah.
It's this one. So anyway, and then Rick is like super judgy about the life she's made for herself and like how much money she has, because now she's like a high-powered lawyer and makes decent money. And he's like, oh, what are you going to do? Just buy us clothes? You fucking bitch, you fascist. And she's just like, what the hell's happening? And he's like, I need to get to Wisconsin. She's like, I really don't care. You can go on your own way to get to Wisconsin, because I don't want to be involved in whatever you got going on. I bought you new jeans. They're really tight. Like them, but no.
Yeah.
I'm out. And then Rick then wants to go to Wisconsin to get his address book so that he can go to his FBI like officer's like house in St.
my
Louis.
God.
So he has to go get his address book first.
Of course.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah. So we have to go to Racine, Wisconsin from Detroit.
Yeah, let's take
And
a
then-
side quest road trip for
get-
half an hour of this movie.
Yeah. That's the whole movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so the cops show up. When they get in the car, guns out. Like, the Beamer was just seen at the scene. Why are the guns out?
Yeah.
Literally no reason for you to... They came up to them with guns out. And I liked Goldie Hawn in the scene because she was basically just like, no, I am a lawyer. You don't get to ask me that.
Yeah.
I don't have to get out of the car. I don't have to do any of that stuff. And then Mel Gibson dives into the car.
Punches them in the face.
Dives into the car and presses the gas pedal.
Causing her to
upside-
hit the car in front of her.
Yeah, and then she has to start driving because he's just accelerating and she's trying to not get them killed. So he's upside down, hanging out of the car with his legs, with his foot on the gas pedal, and then his hand on the gas pedal, and then biting her and shit.
Yeah.
To keep her from, I don't know,
Hitting the brakes.
And then she slams his legs onto a bus. He's dead. Like, there's no way he just comes out of this. And then he's like, you're going to break my legs. It's like, no, motherfucker, you're breaking your own legs. Stop doing that.
Yeah.
The first thing you would do is pull your legs in.
Yes.
In this situation, if this ever happened, pull your legs in. Okay? You can't see.
Chain link theater advice.
Anyway, also, why do they have a convertible in Detroit, not in the summertime?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Dumb.
Anyway, so he takes over driving. Lots of like legs in the air hilarity while they're switching drivers driving. Like, oh my God, we're so silly. Our legs are all wrapped around each other. Anyway.
Great.
And then he pulls the classic GTA 5 move and he goes into a train tunnel to get rid of his wanted level. And then this is where you start laughing because he's like, she like sits up and is finally like, where are we?
She's like, where are we? And he's like, where? He says something. And
We're in a
she's
train
like,
tunnel.
Where are the cops? And he said, they're not there anymore. How? I'm in a railway tunnel because I'm a genius.
I'm in a railway tunnel because I'm a genius. And then while they're sitting there, all of a sudden there's a train coming at them. So they have to reverse out of the tunnel. And then we get a shot of the cops who are chasing them, like on the phone, like, I don't know where they are. We lost him because it works.
Yeah. Well, they all stopped at the railway crossing.
Right. They all stopped at the railway.
Which does not have a train yet.
And then the Beamer just backs up in front of them and then drives off. And then the teeny tiny, I don't even know what this is. Like a really tiny little.
Some tiny little.
Like servicing vehicle.
Fiat-sized yellow rail car.
Drives by. And
for
it's all like,
effect.
ha, it's not a real train. And then the cops are like, all right, let's go. And then they get killed by a real train.
Yeah. Do we ever see them again?
No. Never to be seen again. And now they're just like vibing and flirting and stuff. Like, this is hilarious.
Yeah.
I don't know how she's taking this so well.
I don't either.
I wouldn't be taking it.
She must miss this insane life he provided 15 years ago.
I guess so. Because I'm just like, I feel like he has a smelly dick.
Oh, wow.
He just gives me those vibes.
Okay.
Like, I don't know why. I'm just like, I don't think it's
Jesus.
clean. I don't want anything to do with that. No, thank you.
All right.
So the bad guys are talking and they're plotting to like kill the lady lawyer, this mad woman, lady lawyer, and Rick. And so they have to they are like tracking all the lady lawyers' credit cards and stuff. Because the FBI agent who's working for them has listed her as kidnapped so that he can utilize all of their like resources to find them. For Diggs and what's his face? Sorensen. Yeah. So they end up on a ferry. Rick tries to steal her money. And then he finds like the photos of her in the wallet, and we see that he realizes Jamie is in these photos with them, and then we see Jamie getting shot in his memories.
Yeah.
And then when she wakes up, he's like, by the way, Jamie's dead. And she's just like, oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that one. Oh. Or did she know that one? She knew that he left with Jamie, so wouldn't she have assumed for 15 years Jamie was dead?
Was that not the guy on the Ferris wheel with her?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're friends.
Yeah.
I don't know. Not anymore. He's dead. But he was killed by Diggs and Sorensen. And then he basically says, because this is where we get the whole story, they were roped into they were doing a drug deal, right? Because they flew planes. So they were smuggling drugs. They got caught by Diggs smuggling drugs. And Diggs was a dirty cop. So in order to keep them out of prison, Diggs hired them essentially, or blackmailed them into delivering drugs for him so that he would not charge them with the drugs that they had. So when they landed, it was like the DEA and everything was already on to Diggs and Sorensen. And so when Jamie and Rick landed the plane, cops came out of the woodwork. A huge gunfight started happening. Pew, pew. And then Diggs got away, and Rick and Jamie went to help the cops take down Sorensen with no weapons. And in the process, Jamie got shot and killed.
Yeah.
And then Rick said he spent 3 months in a Mexican prison before he was offered a deal for testifying against Sorensen and Diggs.
Okay.
The lot.
Yeah.
But it's actually a pretty good story. So.
That is. Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting. And then he takes money away from Marion and gives it to an unhoused man on the street.
Yeah.
And then he lectures her for having $100 because she only has hundreds.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, see, you're a piece of shit because you have too much money and I bet you never give it away to anyone. And then she's like, oh, yeah, I never give my money to anyone. I like to just hire people on Thanksgiving who are starving and I sit and eat my turkey while I watch them starve to death. You're right. He's an asshole. I don't understand the appeal at all. Why are you mad at me for making something of my life?
Yeah.
Okay, cool beans. And then this guy across the way sees Rick and calls him Maddie. And we find out that Rick was under witness protection here as someone named Matthew something. And he pretended to be a gay hairdresser.
Yeah.
Vaguely. And then basically we find out that Maddie owes the guy who owns this hair salon money. And in order to get his address book back, he has to pay back the $2,000. That this guy wants.
Okay.
So then Goldie Hawn, because now all of a sudden the fact that I'm made of money comes in handy.
Yeah.
Now you want my money.
She goes to write him a check and he doesn't want it.
He's
So
like,
they have
I
to
don't
go
know
get
you.
The money.
Yeah, he's like, go get the money. And then he also wants Maddie to do his hair. And then this is a fun thing. You noticed it. Do you want to talk about it?
What part?
This is the part where you notice the mouths were not lined up.
Oh, yeah. Well, there, you just said it.
So the mouths were not lined up. I didn't notice it, though. Kyle noticed it. And the line is, Ron, the guy who owns the salon, is like, hears Marianne call Rick, and not Maddie. And he's like, why did she just call him Rick? And then she turns around, and the vocals we hear is she says, no, I called him sick. And then Ron says, yeah, he is sick. But
neither of them looked like they were saying that. They were
Neither at
clearly
all.
saying different words.
And so
you looked it up.
I looked it up. And the line is, why is she calling him Rick? And she said, no, I called him a prick. And then the guy says, he is a prick. And they
we
took
have
it out.
the DVD, and it's it's
Yeah,
dubbed.
And then they took it out because they wanted to keep foul language out of the movie. I got in trouble once for calling my brother a prick.
Oh, I guess it is a bad word then.
I learned it in Where the Heart Is.
Wow.
I did not know that was a bad
What a
word until
vulgar
I got
movie.
in a lot of trouble. Yeah, because I called Jacob a prick, and I got told don't call him.
I don't know
again.
that it is a bad word.
I don't think it is, but I couldn't say but in my house.
Yeah,
so
you still can't.
I still can't, and I still don't. I never would.
Yeah.
Sucks, but crap. No, thank you. You should have seen the fight my parents had against friggin'. That didn't work though.
Yeah.
We just kept doing it anyway.
You can't stop anybody from the 90s from saying freaking.
No, you can't. So anyway, I think the line would have been better if she called him a prick.
Yep.
It's kind of like, have you seen like the summer rental thing where the little girl's like, "Can I play in the boat with Tonto or whatever that guy's name is?"
No.
Oh, never mind. It's like the little girl in the movie is normal, and then there's a line while they're on the boat for the final boat race where it's clearly like a 45-year-old man doing an impression of a 5-year-old girl.
Oh, yeah, you did show me that on
horrible.
TikTok the other day.
It's
Yeah.
horrible. I love that movie. It's horrible though.
The movie.
No, shut up. It's not a great movie though. It ends weird. It just kind of stops.
It does.
It just stops happening.
Yeah.
So they go to the bank to pull out the money, and while they're there, the bank gets a notification that's like, "This woman is kidnapped." Which, why is that a thing?
I don't know, dude.
Why is that a thing?
It makes
And
no
then
sense.
security gets involved. Someone pushes the button. No one in this bank tries to play it cool to save this woman's life if she was kidnapped.
Nope.
But anyway, they run away, and then after they run away with the money, Goldie basically tells him, "I'm not going with you anymore." And this is the scene where they clearly were not together. Like, it was filmed weird. And so he drives away on the motorbike, and then she goes to hide from the cops by hiding behind like some kites.
Yeah.
No one knows really what you look like. It's the 90s. So you could just walk around with confidence and not like a person who's hiding and probably get pretty far.
Yeah, even before they started this, the cops were walking up and while they were on the payphone.
Yeah, and they just pretended like they were on the payphone.
Yeah, and they didn't
were fine.
recognize them at all.
Nope.
They talked directly to the cops.
But I feel like if a cop sees a woman hiding in the bushes,
Yeah.
they're going to be like, "What's up with that?"
Hide in plain sight.
Yeah, exactly. And so then it's just like a whole chase. Rick drives the motorbike. She tries to get away by herself and then realizes, like, I don't know what I'm doing. And then Rick comes and picks her up, and then they leave. And then he drives a motorbike into the hair salon and then gets his book and then leaves via breaking the door down for no reason.
Yeah.
So-
He hands him the money, asks for the address book, and says, well, that money ought to cover the damages. He says, what damages? And then drives out the front door, which is closed.
Yeah.
Instead of the back door, which is open, that he just fucking came
Yeah, they
through
just came
while he does
through.
not have cops on him.
Who cares? I don't know. This was weird. The whole, like, I have to get my address book, but now I need $2,000 to get. It's so side questy. It's not even funny.
Yeah.
And then, like, we have another cop chase. I don't care. But one of these guys is like a really cool bike cop. Whoa.
He sounds like a robot whenever
He does. I think, when did Terminator 2 come out?
somewhere around this time or
This
before
is
it probably.
the vibes I'm getting.
This is 90, so definitely before.
Yeah, and they basically get away from him driving through wet concrete. And
Dude.
somehow their bike does just fine.
They showed the wet cement, and I was like, don't have him drive through that. That's his bike would immediately stop. And then he drove all the way through it because it clearly wasn't wet cement.
Yeah.
And then the next cop drives up to it in
Yep.
an alley, a
In an
very
alley.
thin alley. And before the bike gets to it, it clearly gets yanked back by some sort of rope.
Yeah.
And the cop front flips into the thing.
And then he face plants, and
Oh,
then
he
you
face
hear a
plants.
guy say, "Why you got my?"
Why you got your face in my sidewalk?
Yeah. And then you hear the cop who's been on the bike the whole time be like, "I lost him."
The cop whose face is currently in the cement face forward down into the cement, says, "I'm no longer in pursuit."
It's so stupid.
Everything about this scene is dumb.
And so they're like heading to St. Louis, I guess. I don't know where they're going, but they get away again.
It's just a wild chase across the Midwest.
Oh my God. And then they're showing the footage of the robbery to her nerd boyfriend. And they're like, look, it looks like she wants to be with this guy, which it literally doesn't. Because if you actually look at the footage of them in the place, she like kept trying to get away from him, and Mel Gibson kept grabbing her arm and dragging her. Yeah. So it's a real stretch to be like, clearly she wants to be with this guy, which I mean, she does, but still, you know what I mean? Right. Like, I'm just like, okay. And then bad guy FBI agent with his floppy disk is in this meeting trying to get her boyfriend to be like, hey, if you hear from her, you need to let me know so I can save her life. And then he just starts to look up all of Rick's former locations because Rick's a fucking idiot and we just keep going to every place he's ever been in witness protection. Yes. So there was a place really close to Racine called like Munchie Farms or whatever that he's clearly going to because it's also in Wisconsin.
Muncie, but yeah.
Okay. And then Rick, now that he has his address book, he calls and he like gets a hold of someone at Lou's house and he's like, oh no, he's my old officer. I'll be there in a couple of days to see him. He's going to remember me. It's going to be great. Cool beans. Cool. And then at this point, I guess Goldie Hawn is tired. So he's like, well, let's go. Do you want to meet one of my old flames? And this is where I swear he was not limping from the butt shots until it was convenient.
I feel like he was, but I don't remember.
Because now he's limping. Care to remember. Now he's limping for the butt again. And I was like, I thought we handled this. We put on new pants. We're fine. But he pulls up at the farm and then I don't get it. Because like a really hot veterinarian comes out and she's just like, oh my God. What'd she call him? Jody. His name's Jody for her. She's like, oh my God, Jody, I never thought I'd see you again. You're amazing. Oh my God, you built this whole farm for me. And it's just like, okay. And then her and Goldie Hawn are having like this weird like fight over this really dirty and greasy man who has no prospects.
Yeah.
I don't, like, he's done nothing.
No.
I don't understand why we care. And then he's like, well, I need to get the bullets out of my butt. And then they go to like the barn. She's like, do you want to see the barn you designed? Everything you thought about worked.
Okay.
Shut up. Shut up. And then she takes him to this barn that's just a barn. And then they pulls out like this. She's like, it's basically like an episode of Home Improvement. She like spreads apart like a medicine cabinet and then pulls out like a examination table from the center, because I guess her problem was like, oh, the examination table gets in my way. And he was like, well, just put it in a wall.
Yeah.
Murphy examination table. And she's like, oh my God, you're so fucking smart. I'll blow you right now. Yeah. Cause then she says like, cause he gets on it and he's like, oh my God, that's cool. And she's like, the cows don't complain. I'm like, how the fuck do you get a cow up on this?
It has zero support under it.
And it's like literally 4.5 feet off the ground.
Yeah.
How would you get a cow on this? No, ma'am. You might look at a chicken on this.
Yeah.
There's no way you're putting a whole fucking cow on this thing.
Absolutely not.
And then Marion, which this part does make me laugh because she's like, well, I've seen his butt too, so I'm going to help you do this. And the lady's like, okay, I don't really care. And then she comes back with those like gloves that you shove up a cow's ass. Yes, and then she gets around and Rick is all like, what are your plans? don't shove anything on my butt. And then she's like, basically they pull the bullets out of his butt while they're both staring at it. And I don't know why, but like, this is a sweaty, dirty, gross man who has not had a shower in multiple sweat sessions. I don't want to be anywhere near his brown eye. I don't want to like look at his butt. I don't want to be anywhere near his sweaty butt. Not interested. His jeans are so tight. There is no breathing in these jeans. That is the stinkiest butthole. This is a stinky butthole. And both of these women are like, hell yeah. Nice. What? I don't know.
It did make me laugh when she has the little bottle. Oh, yeah. And he goes, what is that? And she goes, I don't know. And she just starts
She
pouring
puts
it on his wound.
Because the vet sends Marianne to go get something, and she just comes back with a bottle, and he's like, "What is that?" She's like, I don't know.
Exactly like
She
that.
puts it on his butt, and then she gets sick, like she almost passes out, and so she goes outside to like get a breath of fresh air, and then
Must be really hard on her.
Well, I mean, but like she hasn't slept in days.
Right.
At least she's not doing a Rachel Wise in
I
Chain
was
Reaction.
just thinking of that when you said that.
Rachel Wise would literally have left Keanu Reeves with bullets in his butt to go take a nap.
Yep.
He would have been like, "I'm trying to keep us both alive," and she'd be like, "But it's nap time."
Yeah.
So I gotta go. Anyway, so then the lady or the vet, basically, she walks out and she's like, "By the way, I'm about to get married, but I would suck the chrome off of
Oh, my
dick
God.
if you'd come back." And he's just like, "What? Well, I mean, I'm not interested, but I'm not interested." And she's like, "The wedding is Sunday, but just tell me that you'll let me bounce all over that, and I'll leave that guy."
Jesus Christ.
His name is Jody.
Right. Apparently.
No, that's so no. And he's shown up out of nowhere with another woman, and she's just all into it on a motorbike, like a dirt bike.
Yeah.
Like a dirt bike
With cement in the wheels.
with cement in the wheels and bullets in his ass, and she's just like, "I would leave him for you."
Yeah.
Yes. Little ponytails, I'm into them. Anyway, and then we find out because basically he's like, "Nah," but then he kisses her anyway with his pants down on this table. And then at this point, Marianne has walked back in, and she's like, "Ah," and runs away.
I guess.
Obviously. And then he's like, "You're married." And she's like, "No, I'm not. It actually didn't work out. I just didn't want to say anything about it." And then he's
What do you
like,
mean didn't work out? You're still with a guy.
"Well, that's a nerd, though. He has glasses.
Oh, yeah. How could I forget?
That's a nerdy guy.
Vet's fiance must also be a nerd guy.
Glasses.
Yeah.
Yeah. Little ponytails, not on either of those guys.
Yeah.
So
How could you love someone without a ponytail? that
how
wears
tight are those
glasses?
jeans? Because I bet they're not this tight.
I bet they aren't.
I don't. Where does he put stuff? Where does he put stuff? I just don't get it. Anyway, and then while they're like having their moment where Rick's like, "Oh, so you would have sex with me? Cool." An attack chopper shows up
Of course.
and starts unloading on this farm before it even verifies that Rick's on this farm.
Did he tell another FBI agent where he was? Or were they
No,
just
the
following
FBI
him?
agent was just like, "What's the closest witness protection location that he was at?" That one, okay, he's going there.
I mean, fair enough.
And so
They're
then the
right.
vet just starts covering them because this is America, and she's just shotgunning a fucking helicopter over and over again. And then they like run to get back to their dirt bike, and it gets blown up. So then he's like, "You know what we should do? We should steal the slowest vehicle we can do in this situation, which is an airplane."
An old, rusted out Cessna.
Yep. And so he gets it off the ground, and then the chopper.
As they're loading into it, by the way, the guy with the assault rifle is like 50 feet away, just unloading into it.
Yeah, but they're fine.
And then they and the plane are both fine.
They're fine. Perfectly fine. And then the chopper starts chasing the airplane. They do a loop-de-loop. They do a loop-de-loop.
Yeah. In the oldest airplane I've ever seen
And
in my
a
life.
helicopter does a
Does the all
loop-de-loop.
does the same loop to loop.
And then he crushes the bottom of the airplane on the rotor blades of the helicopter. And this does work.
It destroys the wheels of the airplane.
It does.
And clearly does not affect the helicopter at all, but then the helicopter falls out of the sky.
Yeah, then the helicopter falls up and blows. It blows up. It falls out of the sky and
It
blows
falls
up.
out of the sky and hits the ground, and then 10 seconds later, it blows up.
Yep. And then they're crashing because, you know, whatever. And then he tells Goldie Hawn to kiss your ass goodbye.
He tells her to put her head between her legs.
And then she's like, and
kiss
then
your ass
what?
goodbye.
And it's just like, shut. This is the guy everyone wants to bone.
Yeah.
That guy?
He's got jokes.
No. He's so stupid. But they're fine. They crash, but they're fine. And then they make it to a little town and they rent a hotel room. And Goldie Hawn has her first shower in days. And then obviously a huge roach falls on her because of hilarity. And then
They do
that's it.
a cockroach in the shower bit for no reason.
No reason.
Yeah, it's just so she can scream again.
Yeah, she does scream a lot.
She screams way more than Kim Basinger.
When did she go, ah? Was that in the plane?
Yeah, there was a scene when they first start taking off in the airplane where
She goes, ah!
for like 5 or 6 seconds.
It was a long
she
time.
Holds, and I thought it might have been the airplane.
Because Kyle literally was like, "Is that Goldie Hawn?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it is. That is Goldie Hawn screaming." It was
Kim Basinger ain't got shit on Goldie Hawn.
Just because we didn't watch Blind Date.
Yeah.
If we'd watched Blind Date,
That's what we should have done. Watch a movie with more screaming.
Yeah. Yeah, probably. But anyway, so she takes a shower with a huge roach, and then Rick is talking to the hotel owner, who is not an actor, because he's literally like, "Go down the hall, there it is, and then take a left, and there it was. Have a nice day."
The way you were doing the impression of him during the movie, he was like, "I'm up, have a nice day."
And then he goes the opposite direction of where the guy said to go.
I think he said go down the hall, and Mel Gibson goes outside.
Mel Gibson goes outside, and then the guy's like, "Yeah, nailed it.
Nailed it.
Nailed that scene."
I'm going to be famous.
And then, so he walks into the hotel room, and she's like, he's like, "Oh, I didn't barter your watch because we're going to be maids in the morning for this guy." And she's like, "Fuck you. I am not being a maid for anybody. I don't want to do it. You should have just given him the watch. I don't care. I'm not doing it." And he's like, "Well, I'm going to have to buy a car with your watch tomorrow." This is the guy she wants to just hook up with.
Yep.
A guy who's stealing all of her stuff.
Yeah.
Why?
So dumb.
Why? I don't get it. And then basically they get in bed, and she's like, "I have to let my clothes dry because I only have the one dress. So I'm going to sleep in a towel. You're not allowed to be in the sheets with me, obviously." And then while he's like, they get in bed together, he's like, "So can your boyfriend fuck or what?"
Yeah.
What is happening?
Yeah,
And
that happens.
It goes on.
He says, "Can he throw the leg?"
Throw the leg, which I've never heard before.
You had to look it up.
And apparently, yeah, it literally just means have sex.
Okay.
Can your boyfriend have sex or no? Is he allowed or no? Okay. What does that mean?
I don't fucking know, dude.
I don't know. And then this works though, because all of a sudden they're fucking.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but
She loves that.
because she says something, she's getting turned on, and then she rolls over and he's like, "And you're a spoiled bitch." She's like, "Fuck you." And then she's like, "You almost had me turned on." And he's like, "I wasn't." And she's just like, "Yes, you were, you stupid." And then he's like, now I do want to have sex with you." And then what's sad is while they're having sex or about to have sex, she like holds his face for a second. She's like, "I just want to look at you because I missed you so much." And he says nothing back. He doesn't say, "I missed you too," or anything like that, because the fact is he didn't. He never thought about her.
Yeah.
She grieved him for 15 years and he didn't care.
Yeah.
And this is proof, because he never even says "I love you" back or anything like that.
No.
He's always just like, "You're just the next chick." That's all it is.
Exactly.
But anyway, so they bone, whatever. And then when she says something about like a dream, no one cares to hear about your dreams.
No.
Put that out there. But it's being in a sailboat in the middle of the ocean with this guy.
Oh, so there's a spoiler for the end of the movie. I wonder what will happen at the end of the movie.
I wonder what will happen. Maybe he'll take a shower. Anyway, and then so Marianne calls her boyfriend the next day and asks for help. And because her boyfriend is not an idiot, he calls the FBI because he thinks that will help her. Because she's basically like, "I can't live like this." Because I think Mel Gibson says something about how like, "Well, as long as I'm wanted, I can't marry you. I can only be your buddy."
Yeah.
And she's just like, "Oh no, we have to figure this out so we can get married."
Oh my God.
Oh my God. And then we have the classic car swap, because he's like, "Oh, I got rid of your watch and I got this car." And then he shows her a Porsche.
Yeah, an 1985 Porsche 911 Targa top.
And then it moves out.
And I was like, "Oh, business about to pick up."
No, it's a shitty truck.
And then it drives away, and it's a shitty Ford.
Shitty. Anyway,
fucking movie.
Who cares? Because then they make it to St. Louis, and they make it to Lou's house, and they're walking like the trashy couple that They're walking with their arms around each other for no reason.
Yeah.
Like we've been shot at so many times. Why are you making a wide target?
Yeah.
Make a little target. Walk in a
walk
single
single
file line. Like, I don't know why you're so spread out. Like they're both like, he has his arm around her shoulders and she has her. Why are you walking like this? You guys are in your fucking 40s. What are you doing?
Probably not, actually. They're probably like 35.
Oh, shut up. Oh my God. I bet they are. I bet they're in their 30s. I
We can
wouldn't
figure
walk
it
like
out because
this.
I've told you before. Mel Gibson's my dad's exact age.
So how old was your dad in 1990?
He was born in 56.
So do that math. I'm not doing it.
34.
Oh my God. No way.
Yep.
34.
33 during filming. Yep.
Holy shit. They're younger than we are.
Yep.
Anyway, don't walk like that. Grow up. Anyway, so they get to Lou's house and they keep knocking on Lou's window. And Lou just keeps being like, I don't want to talk to you through the window. And then Rick's like, what is going on? And he just keeps knocking. And then he's like, it's me, Rick. And then Lou's like, well, I guess if you're not going to leave me alone, go to the front door.
Yeah.
And he's just like, oh, okay. And then he walks in and he tells Lou, like, I'm being chased by Diggs and Sorensen. And then we find out that Lou has dementia.
That is sad.
Yeah. Because there's like there's a single second where Lou doesn't recognize Rick. And then Rick's like, I'm Rick. And he's all like, oh my God, I do remember you. And I was like, okay, so what was the point in that?
I don't know.
And then the very next scene, he doesn't know who he is. I'm not crying. I need to drink water.
Yeah.
You talk for a second.
I don't have anything to say. It's sad.
It is sad. So the only person who can verify his identity with the FBI has dementia and cannot do it.
It's another thing written into this movie for no reason, though.
Yeah. It's almost like if we had just made a phone call or explained the situation to the woman on the phone, she could have explained what was happening.
Yep.
But no.
It's like that.
So the FBI pulls up outside immediately, and then Marianne's like, oh, I apologize. I called the federal marshals so that you could tell them what was going on. And then he's like, what? And then Sorensen and Diggs get out with the agents, and she's just like, oh. Whoops. Has the FBI been the leak the whole time? Yeah, it has.
It's obviously.
So then, which I do like this about Rick, because Rick makes sure that Lou and his, daughter, I guess, or partner, whoever that is, get to a safe place before he leaves the house. And then Lou, when he's leaving, is like, Rick, go to the zoo. They've got guns at the zoo. And he's like, so you do know me? What the fuck? And then he leaves a note on the stove that just says zoo.
Yeah.
And then leaves the house. Because somehow no one covered any other points of exit in this house. They all just walked in the front door together instead of sending one person around the back to make sure they didn't leave the other way.
Nope.
And so they easily
Why did he leave it? Who's he leaving the note for, too?
them so that they don't look for Lou.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's telling them where to meet him?
Yes, he's telling them where
Well,
to
he's been
meet
doing
him.
that the whole movie, so I guess it's on brand.
Yeah, but I don't know why one of them didn't go around to the back door or stand outside.
Yeah, they're not very organized.
No, because they
FBI
go
agents.
to the loudest truck ever. And Goldie Hawn's not quiet. She talks out loud a lot.
Yeah.
When we need
She's
to
probably
be quiet.
screaming on this.
She probably
scene.
is, or giggling because she thinks this is great fun sometimes.
Yeah.
So they get in. They get to the zoo. It's locked. Rick goes to climb over the wall because he's like, oh shit, they changed the code. And it's like, yeah, stupid. Why would you assume it's the same code? You haven't been here in years. Why?
Yeah.
Anyway, and then Marianne somehow guesses the code. We never cover that. She just guesses it.
He goes to climb over the wall near it by climbing a tree and swinging, and she starts putting in numbers, and they immediately work on the first guess.
Yeah, she just does it. And then she walks in, and then we get a little.
And he goes,
"Ah."
how did you? And she goes, don't worry about it.
And
And
then-
it's
but then-
never covered again. Fuck off.
But then they leave the door open.
That's why they did that. That's why they put this in the movie.
Yeah.
Is so that the guys could get in.
I guess so, because why wouldn't you just make sure the door was shut?
So
and
fucking dumb.
And then he goes to say hi to a beluga named Bob. And I'm like, did you confirm that that's Bob? No, you didn't. You're just assuming. You're just assuming
What's
that
the
this is Bob.
lifespan on a beluga?
I don't know. At least, I don't know.
Like 30 feet.
30 feet. How far can a human see? And so then they break into a building, which I did find funny because he throws a trash can into the doors. All the glass shatters on this door. But then he spends the next 5 seconds ripping open the door instead of just crawling through the glass. Okay. And then he
Okay.
goes to the office and gets a tranquilizer gun. He's like, well, when I was here, we had real guns because we really shot the animals.
My God.
My God, how often did that come up?
More than you'd want to know.
And then we see the coolest, most dangerous zoo exhibit ever created.
This shit looks like Casa Bonita.
It does. It does. But it's just it's crazy and it's not safe.
Yeah.
I don't know how this is safe. Because it seemed like sometimes they were on regular walkways and there were just snakes and shit. I don't
For
know.
real, if you guys don't know what Casa Bonita is, it's a restaurant that the creators of South Park created and
Yeah.
own that is known for breaking safety violations and is horribly unsafe.
Is it horribly unsafe?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I know it's like huge, and you can like.
Yeah.
There's like a diver
There's
and like.
it looks just like this, honestly.
like characters who walk around and
It's
stuff.
themed like there's a jungle you're eating near, and you're on like
But there's
the second
also like
floor,
a sheriff.
and there's people that are jumping around, and
Yeah,
there's a sheriff.
I want to
that
go.
walks
I'm not gonna.
It's
I want to
insane.
go there
Okay, we'll go
one
there.
day. I saw this guy go there, and he got his food in like 5 minutes.
That's a little fast.
Top notch, top notch food. I don't know. I want to go. So whatever. Then Marianne apologizes for calling the cops on him, and he really doesn't care because he's like, I don't want to die, and I don't really care what you do.
Yeah.
You just stay in
Now's
here.
not the time.
Yeah, because he's like setting everything up, and it really seemed like she was in the mood to be like, if I was a worm, would you still love me?
He's like, not now, bitch.
Why are you not holding my hand right now? I feel like you're mad at me. So anyway, then he's like, if you see this signal, and he like raises his arm up, he's like, then turn on this light. And she's like, okay. And then he leaves her in the control room.
Yeah, he gave her one job.
One job. He's like, flash this light if this happens. And then he walks away. And then he like waits until the cops walk in through the door that he's waiting for them to come in at. And he lines up his shot, misses the first shot with the trank. And then he gets shot in the back. Like he has blood in his back from the first volley of bullets that come towards him because they know where he is immediately. And then he gives Marianne the signal to turn on the lights, but she doesn't know what button it is. And instead she turns on like everything else, like all the monkey sounds.
The
waterfall. And then
one job.
when she turns on the waterfall, it knocks Rick down because he's waiting to line up his shot because he needs the light to see where they're standing.
He's hanging from a ledge like Nathan Drake.
And she turns on a waterfall that knocks him in with the alligators.
Okay.
And then he comes face to face with an alligator, but I guess it was tired or something because then he just gets back out.
Yeah.
And he just crawls up. This is an interesting thing because he crawls up the back of a waterfall, right? And then he pushes in like this secret passage to crawl into the like the employee area.
Like 15 feet off the ground.
But what's the point in this?
Why would this be there?
Why would this be there?
It's
There's-
an access panel he pushes in. There's no reason it would be there.
And why would just a regular zoo employee ever need to know about this access area?
Yeah.
I don't know why he knew that.
Literally no reason for it to exist.
But anyway,
There's nothing out there to work on or anything.
No, I just don't understand what this is servicing
I mean, there's nothing.
at all. Nothing at all. Anyway, then Marianne gets found in the control room, and they all shoot at her, and then she finds a real gun that she's never going to use.
Nope.
And then Rick releases chimps and jaguars and tigers. I don't
snakes.
understand how this place works.
No.
I'm so curious. And so then Marianne gets away from the agent by hiding outside the control room because he doesn't check behind the door. And then she realizes that she's now locked out of the control room. And instead of just standing there with a gun to kill people who come at her, she moves. I don't know why she does that. But
Didn't she yell
yeah.
something about how she couldn't find the right button, and then they found her and started shooting out the glass?
Yep. And
Yeah.
then when she gets outside
She's fucking
and
yelling
she
again.
can't get the door open, she's like, oh my God,
Yeah.
I want the door open. I'm like, it's not that loud in here. Shut up.
Yeah.
Stop talking.
You're right also about how I don't understand how the zoo works, because all of these creatures were in like their behind the
Yeah.
cage environment
Yeah.
where they can be in private. But when he released them, it just released them straight into the public area.
Yeah.
Like there is no cage,
Like there's no cage.
no viewing
I have
area.
no idea where you safely walk in this zoo
You can't.
at all. And then chimps and jaguars and tigers.
Yeah.
It's interesting. I don't know. So
And
then
a ton of birds on wires.
a ton of birds.
So
on
many birds on
wires.
so many wires.
But you know, because there's a line that like a fish on a hook, I'm a bird on a wire.
I think those are the actual lyrics.
Yeah, but what does that mean?
Listen,
I've never heard a bird on a wire.
if you remember the 60s, you didn't live through 'em.
I don't. Did I live through them? I don't remember the 60s. Anyway, so then Bill Duke is following Rick's voice because Rick is like whispering and then making animal noises and then hitting himself like he's beating animals. I guess. And then he waits till Bill Duke walks into a different area and then he locks the door behind him. And Bill Duke is trapped in there with jaguars or tigers. I can't remember.
Who cares?
He's trapped in there with something that comes at him. So he goes into a different area and shuts that door to get away from those.
This is jaguars. Tigers are messing with Goldie.
Okay, yeah. So jaguars are walking into the room he's in. So he walks back and shuts a different like divider. And then he gets killed by a lioness.
Okay.
Yeah. He gets killed. And then he dies. He gone.
R.I.P.
And then Marianne is trying to like hide and decides that the rope bridge in the middle of the entire room with lights on it and screaming at the same time about how scary the rope bridge is the perfect cover.
Yeah.
No
rope
one,
bridge that is not made for people to walk on.
No, it has
It is a
little
prop.
fake people on it.
Yeah.
I just don't. Why are we here? Where are we going? What are we doing? What was the plan?
What are we doing?
What are we doing? What's going on? And then she's basically just like, she gets across, but then she's tormented by apes. She's bullied by a bunch of apes. And she tries to get away by using a rope because, you know, famously monkeys don't climb.
Yeah.
And then she falls and loses her gun, but the chimps find it, so don't worry about it.
Yeah.
So stupid. And then Rick gets found by the FBI agent, and then one of the chimps shoots the gun to distract the FBI agent long enough for Rick to throw this guy in with a tank of hungry piranha, which means this zoo doesn't feed their piranha. Piranha only do this during droughts.
Yeah.
What the? You're not feeding them, which is probably, this movie is why I was scared of piranha.
Yeah.
I was convinced I was going to die.
Well, we were all told in the 90s that quicksand and piranhas were going to kill us all.
Because of this.
Yes.
My God. And so now the only person left is Sorensen. And then Marianne finds herself face to face with a tiger. And then she goes to get away. And then the tigers just get distracted and start fighting each other instead. And she's like, well, instead of staying in this safe place I am in currently, I'm going to make a run for it and run up a rope. Because you know how high tigers can jump? Really high.
Really high.
Really
I saw a
high.
video just last week of one jumping across a river.
Yeah, they jump really far. And she's like, this is great. I'm Goldie.
Yeah.
Anyway, and so she runs. And then she gets away from one by throwing her jacket, which does work for one of them.
Yeah. The tiger's like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah, I was like, holy shit.
And
then
runs
he
over
goes
there
up
and plays
that
with
way.
the rest of the movie.
But then there's a bunch of more just like looking at her. So she makes it up. Sorensen grabs her at the top and he's like, Rick, come out or I'll throw her in with the tigers. And then Rick instead just like jumps and tackles Sorensen from like the top rope. I don't know. And he knocks Goldie out because he doesn't care about her, honestly. And then he starts fighting Sorensen on the rope bridge that cannot hold people. And so the rope bridge breaks. And then we have like a Temple of Doom fight.
Yeah.
What's it say? Kali Ma?
That is in Temple of Doom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much that's the exact ending of
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Is that the sacred stones get burned out of the bag. And that guy gets eaten by alligators. Except for in this one, he uses the rope to electrocute himself and grab Sorensen's nuts. And then electrocute Sorensen. But since Sorensen's not as cool as he is, Sorensen falls and gets eaten by tigers.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then so that's the end of Sorensen. And then Marianne is like leaning, trying to grab Rick because he's just hanging unconscious on this rope that's above tigers. And she's basically like, I'm having a hard time holding on to you, so why don't you help me? And he's like, well, if you can't get me over there, then I can't marry you.
Oh my God.
So you're going to have to put in a little bit more effort so that, I mean, you and I can have babies. And then she's like, oh, babies, and then rips him off of the ladder and saves his life.
That is what happens.
Yeah.
And that is why you do not watch 80s movies, kids.
No, because who would, he's a dirty dick. I know he does. I know he does. And then he pretends because they fall, obviously, not into the tigers, but fall somewhere.
Yeah.
And then he's like, I don't have any idea who you are. And she's just like, oh my God, you have amnesia? And he's just like, no. Got her.
Got her.
It's so stupid. And then the last thing they have, because then now there's no punishment for anything that they did in these weeks.
Yeah.
No punishment at all. No jail time. So now they're on a yacht, which I want to remind you, she fucking paid for this yacht.
Yeah.
It is her boat. And he names her boat Mr. Wiggly.
Oh, there was a bit earlier where he said Mr. Wiggly's been asleep for 5 years, which is what made her sleep with him.
He lied.
Oh, definitely.
That's a line.
That's a line.
That is a line. Oh, my God.
She did ask. She was like, that's just a line. And he's like, no.
That's a line.
It's not, though. It's not.
It's really
No.
not. No. But you're going to name my boat
After your dirty dick.
your dirty dick? No, sir. No, sir. It is my boat. And all you've ever done is made me feel bad for having money.
Yeah.
So, no. You know what? You don't get to come on my yacht.
But no, she's charmed by this, and then we get the credits.
I'm going to name it Muffy.
The credits go down, by the way.
Yeah, they
the
tried
credits
something
started
weird.
from the top of the screen and it went down, which I don't know how many movies I've seen in my life. It must be 1,000 or more.
They don't do that.
I've never seen that in my
Never
entire
seen
life.
that in my life. And I was like, stop trying something new.
Yeah.
And then there's a line in the freaking It's a Bird on a Wire song where it says something about stillborn babies.
It does say.
What
that,
the fuck?
Yeah. Written by Leonard Cohen, one of the writer of one of your favorite, not the performer, but the writer of one of your favorite songs.
Yes,
of all time.
I like the Rufus Wainwright
Version of Hallelujah.
because that's the first one I ever heard
Yeah.
from Shrek. That's for real. The
Okay.
Shrek soundtrack goes hard.
That is true.
It
That is
does.
not false.
It's not false, but no, I mean it happened. This movie.
Yeah.
That was clearly a line. He has an STI. I know he does.
STIs are sweet cars.
He does. He has one. I know he does. That is not a clean knob.
No.
I promise you.
Okay, well, I'm done talking about this movie. Whose turn is it?
Yeah. Okay. So
that was terrible.
it was not terrible.
It's not the worst movie we've
It's
seen.
not
It's probably
the-
not even bottom 10, and we've only covered maybe 40
What
by
is the
now.
worst movie we've ever seen?
This is episode 38.
The
if you don't
Transformers,
count
the movie, the
Project Hail Mary.
1986.
Sister Act is worse
Oh
than that.
yeah, Sister Act is bad.
Sister Act is
Sister Act is
horrendous.
really bad.
Yeah. Maybe this
Billy
is qualified.
Madison, I did not like
No,
at all.
it's not good.
Rewatching it.
Transformers is not good.
Transformers was fun though. I had a great time. You've got the touch.
Yeah.
They
You're
pretty
gonna
much
power.
played that sort of music in this all the time.
They did. But Hans Zimmer
Yeah,
composing
Hans
this
Zimmer.
score. Okay.
I'm hoping a young Hans Zimmer.
Who knows? He's old
knows?
as fuck right now.
Who knows? But anyway, I think it's my turn to pick the actor.
Okay.
So I'm
sounds right.
gonna go with Goldie.
Oh, God damn it.
I'm gonna go with Goldie Hawn.
I knew you were going to do that. I don't dislike Goldie. I would like to see something else she's in, but I don't. I know that's why you picked her. I'm not fucking picking First
We can
Wives
get
Club.
out so many ways if you just pick
I'm not
First
picking
Wives
that.
Club.
I'm going to rack my brain to think of one other thing Goldie fucking Hawn's in. She's with Kurt Russell, right?
Yeah.
I just said that at the beginning. Is she in Overboard?
Yeah.
I cannot think of a single other Goldie Hawn movie. I know her for being in First Wives Club.
Yeah, you do. You want to go with Overboard?
I'd rather watch that. I've seen Overboard. I don't hate it. I'd rather watch that than First Wives
I
Club.
freaking love Overboard.
Her and I have a bit our entire marriage that I fucking hate First Wives Club.
And Baby Boom.
And I can't stand Baby Boom. I'll never let her
He
get to
doesn't
that
like
either.
Diane Keaton, and I don't know why.
But you also mentioned a football movie she's in, but I can't remember the title of it. So if you say she's in
Wildcats.
Overboard, I'll do Overboard.
Overboard. Yeah, I love Overboard.
All
Let's do
right,
it.
we'll watch another of your movies.
Hell yeah. All right. That's a wrap for this week's episode. Thank you for joining us. If you like the show, leave a review, follow the chain, and join us next week as we leak from Bird on a Wire to Overboard. Bye.
See ya.